Absolutely fantastic, and up for grabs for the person who posts the most creative post will win a fantastic hamper, iflix hamper, which is a one-of-a-kind, a one-off special iflix hamper. Now, ladies and gentlemen, with that said, it is time to get down to business, or as we say at iflix, let's play. iflix, the world's leading entertainment service for emerging markets, has lots and lots of treats for Malaysians these days. The recent launch of iflix 3.0 with a lifetime access to movies, series and sports at your fingertips for absolutely free, ladies and gentlemen. Can I get a ooh? We love that. I mean, how awesome is that? It is absolutely free. That is an amazing thing. So thank you very much, iflix, for making that happen. So, ladies and gentlemen, of course, what you can also get to do is included in that is the latest iflix original KL Gangster Underworld, and that will be available free tomorrow, only on iflix. Now, for those of you who could not attend the previous event that we had earlier this month, and you're probably wondering to yourself, well, what is 3.0? Well, ladies and gentlemen, in true iflix style, check out the screens. Programming, of original programming at iflix. To give us a lowdown on KL Gangster Underworld, ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Mark Francis.
Amazing testament. Not only that, we just passed the 3 million subscriber mark for iflix Malaysia. So thank you so much. Deeply humbled to be here. An amazing journey. Now I'm going to do the actual speech. So, KL Gangster Underworld is our first Malay drama series made by Malaysians for Malaysians, and it's bloody good. I'm going to tell you a short story. That's what we do. 8 months ago, my team, along with the producers, writers, director, we locked ourselves in a conference room to start imagining what the series would be. And back then, we set ourselves a challenge to break the rules of conventional television, to create a high-octane action series with quality and production values you usually see in the cinema that had no place on the small screen, to create characters that felt real but also larger than life. And every time we did this, in our heads, the voice was going, that's not how we do it here. That's not how it's done. And then we told ourselves, let's find a way. 1 week later, had some toilet breaks, but 1 week later, we emerged from that conference room with a plan. And it was the blueprint for what you, along with any iflix user, can watch from tomorrow at 6 p.m. for free. Because we don't think you can start an entertainment revolution if you're expecting people to pay a cover charge. Revolutionary this series is. KL Gangster Underworld does borrow from the legacy of 2 iconic and great local movies, but it also creates an entirely fresh and compelling story universe and new characters. And this is all brought to you by Malaysia's #1, in my opinion, independent movie studio, Scope Productions, who are also here. Everything from the amazing acting, the storytelling, our action sequences are all designed to push the boundaries of local television. And speaking of that, none of this would have been possible without the collaboration of so many talented individuals who I'm now going to name. First, to Shafiq and Shamin Yusuf, our producers from Scope. Congratulations. Thank you so much. You helped us bring this vision to life, along with our director Faisal Ishaq, who I understand couldn't be here today, but he's Singaporean anyway. Also, so am I. We have one incredibly talented writer, Nazri Govinsky Anwar. I want to mention the writer. Nobody ever thanks a writer, ever. So I'm thanking the writer from the bottom of my heart. It's really, really good. It is your vision, my friend. A big thank you, of course, to my team, Zabidi Costa, executive producer, Tina Tan, our production manager, incredible dedication and hard work. I know it wasn't easy, I know it was a complete pain in the ass, but I really hope you think it's all worth it. All the other departments at iflix, programming, marketing, creative publicity, to thank for everything that you see here, to really, really get behind the series and believe in what we're trying to do. Thank you so much for this launch. Now, we also have some of the stars of the show with us today. Would you mind taking a bow? So, ladies and gents, please put your hands together for our amazing cast. Beto Bishairi. Izati Abdullah. Mr. Tauke himself, Azan Rani. The amazing Nabila Huda. Hasna Rama, who I understand got a flight in from as far away as Singapore to be here. Zaro, where are you, Zaro? There's the man with the sunny. And of course, who can forget Madam Wong? You'll know what this means. Dina Spartan. And by the way, guys, I'm also pleased to announce that in a couple of weeks we will be developing season 2 of Gangster Underworld. So, if you haven't already killed off your character, if you haven't already been killed off, we hope you'll join us on another amazing journey. And you guessed it, we now have to aim even higher than season 1. Okay. I want to leave you guys with a thought. This is going to be tough. Okay, so the first episode of the series begins with a beautiful poem by the 12th century poet Rumi, Persian poet, which Beto's character delivers. And the last episode, we end the series with another Rumi poem by Izati's character, which you heard on that trailer earlier. So I thought it's only fitting that I end with another thought from this famous poet Rumi, which I shall now attempt to deliver in BM. This is gonna suck. Jangan puaskan hati dengan cerita yang telah berlaku pada orang lain. Ungkapkan mitos Anda sendiri. Thank you very much, everyone.
Thank you very much, Mr. Mark Francis, for that wonderful insight and for those wonderful words, and for informing us that there will be a season 2. So plenty of stuff to look forward to, and we haven't even got to the launch, which is happening tomorrow. So, ladies and gentlemen, our next guest needs no introduction. A familiar voice in the local entertainment industry. He has an extensive rap sheet when it comes to all things film related, whether it's acting, directing, filmmaking or screenwriting. This man has done it all. Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together and give a big round of applause as I now welcome to the stage the man behind the chair, Mr. Shafiq Yusuf, producer of Gangster Underworld.
And even game shows. As of now, you can watch numerous films from Scope Productions in iflix, and recently we have an iflix original film produced, which is KL Special Force, that raked in 12.2 million ringgit in the box office collection, and it goes straight to iflix after the cinema window. Now, the film became very popular on the app. Why? Because it breaks the tradition. Usually you go to TV or pay TV, but now it's straight on the app. It's disruptive. And I believe this will become the new norm and accelerate the growth of iflix. In terms of how this will affect or threat the cinema industry, I don't think so. Because back then people say TV will kill cinema, but cinema still exists. So I think TV, cinema, and OTT apps can coexist. So now we talk about Gangster Underworld original iflix series. It's based on the popular film franchise Gangster from Scope Productions, directed by my brother Shamsul. And this series is directed by Faizal Ishaq, the Singaporean director which directed a lot of action series before. It's a Gangster universe, but with an all-new cast, characters and storyline. The main character is Shah, played by Beto Kushairi. He's very good. Give him another one. And the story is about a gangster who wants to find a way out from the gangster underworld. The series also tackled the issue of human trafficking, which is a real problem not just in Malaysia but the world. We also have popular casts such as Nabila Huda, Hasnul Rahmat, Azan Rani, Zainal Azim, Amir Effendi, Inas Mota, Izzati Abdullah, and many more. We're excited to show this series to the public via iflix, and we hope Scope Productions and iflix can work together again in the future to produce more original content. And I would like to thank Mark and Zebedee Di Costa, because they worked very, very hard. For the first time, because how we used to work with the traditional like TV company, it's like they commission us and we do all the job. But with iflix, it's very interesting. They work very closely in very detailed ways, and they are very creative. No, it's not, because they give a lot of great inputs, and they are very creative. And I think, you know, it's not you can't just clap those production. You need to clap for the creative people in iflix. And we hope iflix and Scope Production can do more projects together, and we are proud to be a part of iflix, a part of a global company. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Satu projek yang sangat memujakan diri saya sendiri sebagai seorang pelakon. Bukan mudah untuk mendapat naskah seperti ini, bila mana kombinasi pemain-pemainnya adalah yang sangat-sangat saya hormati, dan juga kami juga bersahabat di luar. Selain bekerjasama, kami bersahabat di luar. Jadi satu pengalaman, satu perjalanan yang sangat memujakan kami semua. Tiring, it's very tiring to shoot this. Tapi terubat sebab kerana naskah itu sendiri, kerana kebersamaan kami itu sendiri, dan saya sendiri I'm very looking forward to because I believe all the cast belum tengok lagi hasil final dia macam mana. Jadi kami sendiri sangat-sangat teruja untuk melihat hasil penat lelah, all blood, tears, everything, sweat semualah dalam ni. Yeah.
Thank you very much, Beto. And I've got one more question before I open it up to the floor. I'm sure you've all got questions you'd like to throw at our panel here. This one's going to go to Izzati. How did you prepare?
Diorang ramai macam mak ayam, so I tanya diorang. And then banyak juga belajar daripada diorang, how nak post, nak macam mana nak bercakap dengan anak-anak ayam. Memang saya rasa sangat teruja bila dapat skrip tu pun. Dia cakap, okay, this is your character. Memang saya sangat excited. Memang salah satu watak yang sangat saya idam-idamkan selama ini, and dah tercapai. Dan bila saya baca the cast list tu, semua yang saya sangat-sangat respect, semua ni senior saya, which is saya rasa sangat kecil kat dalam tu, tapi diorang sangat-sangat membantu saya. Thank you so much to all cast and the director. So
Thank you very much, Izzati. Ladies and gentlemen, are there any members of the media? Is there anyone on the floor here who has any questions?
Apa yang membezakan KL Gangster dengan olahan Syafiq dalam KL Gangster berbanding previous punya karya? And my second question, apabila you membariskan barisan pelakon yang handal juga, so apa formula yang you guna untuk memberi ruang kepada setiap mereka menonjol dalam this karya? Okay.
First of all, the main difference is kalau semua orang tahu pengarah Scope Production saya dengan abang saya. So kali ini berbezanya adalah pengarahnya adalah Faizal Ishak. So itu satu benda baru lah yang kami buat. Selalunya pasal ayah saya selalunya dia susah nak percaya pada orang kalau bukan anak dia. Tapi saya convince dia, kita try something new, and then dengan all new cast, dan juga konsep penceritaan tu lebih berbeza. Kerana kalau kita tengok KL Gangster punya filem dengan KL Gangster punya siri, saya boleh katakan dari segi mindset dan perspektif karakter tu sangat berbeza. Contohnya KL Gangster series ni dia lebih open dan lebih daring, tapi kita juga jaga batas-batas ni, kita tidak pergi ke batas yang terlampau ekstrim, tapi kita cuba bermain dengan benda-benda yang kita tak pernah test sebelum ni. Yang kedua, pasal karakter. Okay, karakter kalau kita tengok memang ramai line up, because itu formula KL Gangster. KL Gangster 1, KL Gangster 2, kalau you tengok, one of the main reason kenapa KL Gangster success is cast yang besar dan kuat. So kita nak maintainkan corak tu dalam KL Gangster series. Dan kalau kita tengok setiap karakter dalam cerita ni ada cerita masing-masing. Dia bukan sekadar macam tepik. So itulah itu jawapan.
Thank you very much, Shafiq. So, ladies and gentlemen, are there any more questions from the floor? Once again, just put your hand up and I will send the microphone over to you. Do we have any questions from this side here? Oh, there we are. So, okay, we're going to have this mic set.
I consider myself as a serious actor. So, untuk menjadi seorang aktor yang serius, dia kena luaskan skop. Jadi saya tidak meletakkan diri saya sebagai untuk satu-satu watak saja. Cabarannya setiap pelakon ada yang dicari dalam kerjaya dia. Untuk saya, apa yang saya cari adalah kepelbagaian, untuk menambah ataupun meluaskan lagi pengalaman ataupun profil saya sebagai seorang pelakon lah. Jadi apabila mendapat naskah ini, satu watak yang mungkin lari daripada watak-watak yang sebelum ini, satu benda yang saya tak ada alasan untuk tolak. Bila mana lagi ditambah dengan kombinasi pelakon-pelakon serious actor yang lain, ditambah dengan pengarah Faizal Isa yang sememangnya kami rapat di luar. Dan ini juga kali pertama saya bekerja dengan skop, jadi tak ada sebab untuk saya tak buat projek ini.
Thank you very much. Ladies and gentlemen, do we have any more questions from the floor? Do we have gentlemen over here? Yes, and the microphone is just there. And shoot your question.
That was fast. Okay, quick one. I noticed that the Jason editor NYC. I noted just now that there was, when in the trailer you're introducing the main character, he was doing like between Wing Chun and I don't know, was that Silat and whatnot. What was the inspiration and when to developing a unique character that's very recognizable by most Malaysians?
Sorry, thank you by the way for the question. The inspiration for the character or the inspiration for the martial arts?
Both.
Okay, so we'll start with the martial arts because it's fun, right? So I remember when I first met with Shafiq, I said, have you seen John Wick 2 and looked at Gun Fu? We were quite keen, like I mentioned before, we were quite keen to find another way to do martial arts. And I think the team really did deliver. So there's not one true school of martial arts we use. I think it's kind of a mashup. But we kind of wanted to mix sort of Asian-rooted martial arts, and most of them are, but particularly the Malay martial arts with something quite modern, primarily for the camera. So I don't know if there's a new martial arts that we've invented throughout the series. I don't think we did. But season 2, we're going to push it even further. Now, characters. I don't know, like, to some extent the writer should really be speaking to this, but I can tell you that we spent a lot of time interrogating who these characters were. There's a lot of backstory that you don't see played out in season 1, because we kind of believe that if you if you have authentic characters who aren't one-dimensional, I think there was a question earlier about Beto's character being a bad guy as opposed to a romantic person. That's actually not true when you watch a series, as it is in real life. We all have light and shadow. So we spend a lot of time developing characters and their backstory so that they're believable. And actually that's going to give us a lot of fuel for questions that you'll have at the end of season 1, which we can hopefully answer in season 2.
A quick one. Most Malaysians are movie buffs, and we tend to complain previously that previous Malaysian productions there's lack of character development.
Right.
So for KL Gangster Underworld, how far ahead have you plotted the characters, like until season 3, 4, 5, and like?
That's a very good question. The thing is, we all have our own ideas. I already have the idea for the opening sequence of season 2 that's going to be different from Shafiq's idea. I don't think it's as far as season 3, but we do plan, like by the end of season 1, we can already see the foundations of what would happen to our characters in season 2. And my philosophy is the audience is really going to decide. Great that we all think it's fantastic, but the audience decides if this is a successful series, so we're prepared to give them what they want for the next season and the season after.
Since the audience is connected through mobile app, can we vote who dies and who doesn't? No?
It's someone from the innovation team here. It's entirely possible that we could do that. I'm not so sure we should let the audiences decide, but they can certainly vote, and we would love to. Mark Brett says this to me all the time. I don't actually care if people hate the series, but I want them to have a reaction to the series. So I think we went all out to deliver that.
Well done, thank you.
Thank you. So, ladies and gentlemen, do we have any more questions from the floor? We're just looking around. If you'd like to fire a question over to our panel, be it our writers. Oh, here we go. So, let me send you the mic. It's probably a little bit closer. Right, so state your name, your publication, and question.
Hi, my name is Amy and I'm from Surya. Okay, since this series is online, it's on iflix, so I believe there is no limitation. So, is there any deleted scenes or is all good? And how daring this series can be? Thank you.
From scope production perspective, it's extreme. But I think we need to do something different. Kita nakkan kelainan. Tapi pada masa yang sama kita masih jaga batas, tidak terlampau ekstrim sampai throat sangat. Contohnya kita kalau kita nampak trailer ada penggunaan bahasa kasar. Tapi sebenarnya kalau kita tengok gangster, memang itu bukannya dorang yang salah, itu bahasa dorang. So itu yang kita nak implement dalam supaya dia lebih dan lebih fun kalau kita tengok. Contoh tadi macam baru satu curse word semua dah so itu yang iflix mahukan, maksudnya reaction, something yang new, something yang fresh, bukan something yang dia tengok kat TV atau kat panggung kan. So iflix ada kelebihan itu. Tapi dalam masa yang sama kita kena jaga juga sebab kita punya negara multiracial and banyak agama, so kita don't go beyond that lah.
Just want to add one point because I know a lot of you are curious as to how far we went. I will say that we didn't go beyond the boundaries as a gimmick. So any violence you see, any extremity does have actual reasons to serve. It really serves the story and it serves the characters and makes them believable. It is not done simply to shock, because I think that's superficial and it won't work. The audiences are not that down.
Deleted scenes. Will be.
Yeah, there are deleted scenes, but not for the reasons you think.
Right, so ladies and gentlemen, do we have any more questions from the floor? Any more questions from the floor? If not, I'll take this moment just to shoot off a question very quickly. Shafiq, I'll put this question to you. How do you think fans of KL Gangster 1 and 2 will react to KL Gangster Underworld? And what is your expectation from the fans' reaction?
I think they will be surprised because it's it's in the same universe, but a totally different character, different storyline, and I mean we don't know how they would respond, but I think it would be interesting to see, because like I said, the limitation of censorship that we really wanted to do in the movies, but we can't, and we can experiment it in the series. So I think the audience would see, as I said, they will be surprised.
So lots of surprises to come, very high expectations from the audience, and great things moving forward. So ladies and gentlemen, I think we're going to wrap up our Q&A session, where we have a big round of applause for our panel. Yeah, and right, so ladies and gentlemen, I don't know if there's such a thing, but can you do a gangster pose? Come on, this is KO Gangster Underworld right here. Let's see those badass poses. Let's look at them looking very gangsterish. Mean, tough.